Welcome students. Now we are going to see the next theorem on continuous functions. So next theorem is that let xd and y row be metric spaces and f from x to y be a function then this function f, okay, then f is continuous if and only if we have this condition, that is closure of inverse image of B. So closure of f inverse B is contained in, okay, inverse image of B closure for every subset B of y, for every subset B of y. So we are going to prove that when function f is continuous, then we have this, that is closure of f inverse B is contained in f inverse B closure, and when we have f inverse image of closure of inverse image of B is contained in inverse image of B closure for every subset B of y, then f is continuous here. So proof of this. So in first part we take here function f as a continuous function. So first we assume that function f is continuous. So let f be continuous. Okay, then we take this. So we write here let A is equal to, now f inverse B. A is equal to f inverse B. Then we write here f of A is contained in B. Okay, that is f of A is subset of B here. Then using properties of closure, we write here closure of this set f of A is contained in closure of B. Now we know that, but we know this. Now image of A closure is always contained in closure of f of A here. So we write this because we know that we have this result by previous theorem here. So we write this. So therefore we write here f of A closure is contained in now B closure. So we write here now A closure, now this set is contained in inverse image of B closure here. So A closure is contained in f inverse B closure. But now by using this, now we have here A is equal to f inverse B. So therefore we write here now closure of f inverse B or closure of this set is contained in inverse image of B closure or f inverse of B closure here. So we have proved the first part. For the converse part, conversely we take this now. So we assume that f inverse B closure, okay, closure of f inverse B is contained in inverse image of B closure. So we write here let closure of f inverse B, now this is contained in f inverse B closure for every subset B of y here. Now we want to show that here function f is continuous. F is continuous here. now to show that function f is continuous, first we take a set here. So we take a closed subset of y. So we write here, let f be any closed set in y. Then we write here, since f is closed, so we write here closure of f is equal to f. Now by hypothesis, we have here closure of f inverse of set capital F. Now this is contained in f inverse of f closure, but we know that set f is closed, so therefore we write f inverse f here, because we know that since we have f closure is equal to f here. Okay, so we write this, therefore we write yes closure of f inverse f. Now this is contained in f inverse f, but we know that now f inverse f, that is this set, this is always contained in yes closure of now this set f inverse f. Now using these two, so we write here f inverse f closure is equal to, we have f inverse f. Okay, that is closure of this set is equal to, we have this set. Okay, so this tells us that now this set f inverse f is closed set here. So hence f inverse f is closed set in X. So here we have taken f as a closed subset of y or a closed set in y, and here we have proved that now its inverse image is closed set in X. So this tells us that now the function f is continuous, because we have theorem, and that theorem tells us that if f is continuous if and only if inverse image of closed set is closed. So therefore yes, we say that therefore function f is continuous here, continuous. So remember students, we have seen actually there 4 theorems about the continuity of function. So we can write here now this theorem. Okay, actually this theorem is theorem from all these statements. So we write here now theorem, let x comma d and y comma rho be metric spaces, and f from x to y be a function, Then remember, actually we have seen all these theorems, okay, one by one, but when you want to show that the given function is continuous, okay, then you can use any one of the statement here. So that is, we write here, then the following statements are equivalent. Then the following statements are equivalent. So first statement is that f is continuous. Then second statement is that for each x belongs to x, f of xn converges to f of x for every sequence, xn which is contained in x with xn converges to x. Now third statement is that f inverse g is open in x. F inverse g is open in x whenever g is open in y. Whenever g is open in y. Then next statement is that f inverse f, that is inverse image of closed set. Actually this is f inverse f is closed in x whenever f is closed in y. Whenever f is closed in y. Okay, then next statement is that E. So next statement is that f of a closure is contained in now closure of f of a for all a which is the subset of x here. Okay, then last statement is that closure of f inverse b, now this is contained in f inverse b closure. Okay, for all subsets contained in y or for every subset b of y here. So student, remember that when you want to show that function f is continuous, okay, then you can use this when we have sequence, okay, such that that sequence is convergent. When xn converges to x, then only show that if f of xn is convergent to f of x, then in that case that function is continuous. Okay, but when you have open sets, okay, then check whether inverse image of open set is open or not. Okay, when you have inverse image of open set is open, then in that case that function is continuous. Similarly, when you take closed subset of y, okay, if you take a closed subset of y and if its inverse image is also closed set in domain, then remember that in that case that function is continuous. Okay, then next one is that if f of a closure is contained in closure of f of a, this is true for every subset a of x. Okay, then we say that function f is continuous. And when we have this type of inclusion, that is closure of f inverse b is contained in f inverse of b closure for every subset b of y, then we say that function f is continuous here. So now the next theorem is that composition of two continuous functions is continuous here. So theorem is that let xd then y rho and z sigma be metric spaces, be three metric spaces here, three metric spaces. Suppose f from x to y and g from y to z be continuous functions, then g composite f, that is the composite of f and g, then g composite f, the composite of f and g is continuous here. Now in the statement we have given that function f and function g, now these two functions are continuous here. So here function f is function from now x to y and function g is function from now y to z. Okay, so therefore now in this case g composite f, now this is the map from x to z here. Okay, function f is continuous function from x to y and g is again continuous function here. Now we want to show that now g composite f, now this function f is continuous here. Okay, now for that we take an open set in Z here. So we write here, let G be an open set in Z. Actually here we have G is open set in Z, that is we have again the same open set here. So since G is continuous, so it means that here now G inverse of G, now this set is open in now Y here. Now the same set is again here. Now since function f is continuous, so inverse image of this set is open in X here. So we write this now, let G be an open set in Z. Then we write here, G inverse of G is open in Y, because we know that function G is continuous here, is continuous. Now this implies that we write f inverse of G is open in X, because we know that since this set is open in Y, so its inverse image is open in X. So we write this because we know that function f is continuous here. So f is continuous here. So this implies that we write here f inverse composite G inverse of G is open in X here. But we know that actually we have f inverse composite G inverse is G composite f inverse. So this implies that we write here G composite f inverse of G. Okay, so inverse image of set G under this function G composite f is open in X. So this implies that now here now we have taken G as an open set in Z here, and we are proving that here now its inverse image under the function G composite f is open in X. So this tells us that G composite f is continuous. So therefore the composite of f and G is continuous here. Thank you.